Billy. Up comes Carlo Alberto on the right. And it's 4! Oh, that was near delightful.
It's a really good goal. It's Jabulani. Goal! Bafana! Goal for South Africa! Goal for all Africa!
Frank de Boer speelt de bal. Heel goed naar Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp neemt de bal aan. Dennis Bergkamp!
This is Owen, taken in his stride. Shamrock trying not to bring him down. It's still Michael Owen. He scored a wonderful goal.
We spelen nog officieel 20 seconden. Dennis Bergkamp!
Oh, lovely pass that by Mother. Shona! It's 7.
It's down to Robbie Badger. He takes on tap around and he's missed it. Brazil have won the World Cup. Oh, it's standing. What a save! God thank! Take that out of the net!
Pereira hit by Hamas! Oh, what a goal! One of the greats!
Valdano to his left, he won't need any of them. Oh, you have to say that's magnificent.
And here comes Hurst. He's got some people around the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now. It's 4.
This is the World Cup series, and this is the Sporting Almanac podcast. Hello, mate. How happy are you feeling right now, Ben?
Happier than I was on the last episode.
I'm feeling like we should be happy. We should encourage each other to be happy, encourage our listeners to be happy. This is a happy episode.
Football is a happy sport. The World Cup creates happy moments.
I would say a good handful of the happiest moments of my life have been when I've been watching football. And that is no exaggeration.
Well, out the gate then, do you have a favourite tournament? In our lifetime and generally?
I would say I've got a soft spot, and I know not everyone likes this World Cup, and it didn't end very well for England, but I do have a soft spot for South Africa 2010 World Cup. And I know it's a weird one, but like I think we were at the age where we were adults. 22 we would have been at that point. We had a lot of context of what the World Cup's about. It wasn't quite new and fanciful anymore. There was a lot of good goals scored, and a lot of that was to do with the fact that that ball was an absolute nightmare to deal with.
Jabulani or whatever it's called.
There was not a lot of good knockout games. I think Spain 1-0'd their way to winning that tournament, pretty much, if I remember rightly.
Death by a trillion passes.
And then the final was just a kicking match.
Yeah.
In the end with the Netherlands. But I don't know. There's something about it. Perhaps not the same childlike love I have thinking back to 98 or 2002, but yeah.
I have one lasting memory from 2010. So I have to admit, it wasn't my favourite. I think the Vuvuzelas, I'm still getting over that. But I don't think I'll ever forget, 2010 Chile.
Yeah.
They didn't go deep, but God, they were exciting.
They were building into being a damn good team at that point, because they won the 2015 and 2016 Copa America, because it was that year where there was the centenary version of the Copa America.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they won it.
Good team.
They won it in America in one of them, didn't they?
Yeah, the US in 2016.
That was a team with like Sanchez and Vidal and people like that. Like they were just so exciting. Were they managed by Bielsa?
He has managed them at some point. I'm trying to think whether it was then.
No, I mean that's my overriding memory of 2010. It was an absolute dud from England's perspective, but
yeah, not the first, not the last.
I've got two tournaments that I have a particular soft spot for, I think. And
what are they?
I can't ever choose between 2006, because I just thought it was actually a very good tournament and a great final.
Yeah, for sure.
And 1998, when we was young and impressionable.
We certainly were.
I mean,
Bielsa was their manager.
He was.
Just found out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good memory then. Yeah, like I'd say 2006, the pros, the case for proper hosts.
Yes.
Germany.
unquestionably, even though England were in the running to host that, you cannot argue. Like England losing out to Russia compared to England losing out to Germany.
Yeah.
No arguments from me.
No arguments from me either. Proper footballing nation, absolute powerhouse. 8 finals, 4 wins, isn't it, for the Germans?
Yeah.
I just remember that Costa Rica game, 4-2, and
what a way to start a tournament.
Someone scored a screamer in it. Was it Philip Lahm?
Philip Lahm.
Yeah. So that was awesome. Zidane, Brazil, the quarterfinal, the artistry, the masterpiece that we've spoken about before.
Yeah. I mean, yes, work of art.
And this is probably a little remembered moment, but for some reason, really ingrained in my mind. Fabian Grosso scoring the first goal in extra time against Germany in the semi-final, and then basically replicating the celebration from 82.
Was it Scalacci in 82? No, that was 90, wasn't it? Rossi in 82.
Yeah. Like, and I don't think he did it deliberately. I think it's just Italian people.
It's just Italian. Yeah. I love that. I love that as a celebration when it is literally just like joy erupts. There's no like
pure emotion,
no peacocking, just pure emotion. I love it.
Yeah.
And then Del Piero.
Yes, Del Piero, exactly, because Fabian Grosso was left back and he found himself on the right hand side of the box. He whips in it's a beauty of a finish.
Yeah.
And so everyone remembers Del Piero scoring because that kind of put it to bed. I'm not sure how many people remember the Grosso one. And then I guess the final doesn't really need any kind of explanation.
I watched the final when I was on holiday. I was in Jamaica, believe it or not, and just a big screen, and no one watching it could believe what was happening before their eyes. With a few minutes to go of extra time when Zidane got himself sent off, I couldn't quite wrap my head around it. I'm not sure I still can.
I just like the whole. I mean, obviously it's remembered for the headbutt because it was pretty wild.
Oh yeah,
and obviously iconic in many respects,
all timer.
But everyone forgets that he Panenka'd Buffon in that final, and
he did.
And Marco Materazzi scored for Italy, got Zidane sent off, and scored in the shootout.
Yeah, and then Fabio Grosso again. He scored the winner for Italy in the shootout.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's what I love about the World Cup. Like, I mean, Fabio Grosso had a good career. Materazzi had a good career. But God damn it, did they peak at that moment?
Yeah,
incredible.
Cannavaro, as you said on our all-time 11 episode.
Yeah,
they only conceded twice in the whole tournament or something. Italy, absolutely insane. And that was coming off the back of the match-fixing scandal in Italy when Juve got relegated and AC Milan and everyone. So it was pretty. I just thought it was a great tournament, and it just for some reason it's just the one that comes to mind other than 98.
England were again all right. Lost to Portugal in the quarterfinal.
Penalties, wasn't it? Was that the Rooney sending off?
Yeah, that's Rooney getting sent off, and God, every Liverpool player missing a penalty in that.
Yeah, the Cristiano wink.
Yeah, and Lampard, Gerrard, and Jamie Carragher, I think, missed penalties in the shootout. I think only Owen Hargreaves scored his, being basically German.
Yeah, very good penalty taker, Owen Hargreaves, to be fair to him.
Yeah.
No, England did all right. One of them, isn't it?
It was good. It was good as a Liverpool fan to see Gerrard playing at the World Cup because he'd missed the 2002 tournament with injury. Obviously, he was too young in 98, wasn't there yet. So yeah, it was good to see him at the World Cup. It just scored a great goal against Trinidad as well in that frustrating game that we should have won more comfortably.
Yeah, when Peter Crouch scored ahead of pulling the guy's dreadlocks.
Get sent off for that nowadays.
Would be sent off now, yeah. No, I mean, it was an average tournament from England's perspective, maybe slightly above average, but not an all-timer. 98 for some reason, even though we went out so early in 98, I really loved 98.
I think at the point I had never seen a game. I never had the context quite like that Argentina game. I know we'd obviously had the Euro 96
before.
Great
point. We'd never really watched the World Cup. It was the World Cup. We were 2 the last time England qualified for 1.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have had any appreciation for it. So it was really our first exposure and experience of the World Cup.
My experience of the World Cup prior to that was watching Italia 90 videos, the Gazza's tears and all that. And yeah, I didn't have any appreciation of the World Cup. And then all of a sudden it comes around and it's a whole different thing to the European Championship. The European Championship being in England as well in 96.
Yeah.
And it being like a redemption story more than anything. Like after Italia 90 and then not qualifying, suddenly England are good again, great. Oh, we lost on penalties in the semi-finals. Doesn't matter. Their heroes dressed in grey.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of mentality. And then we get to the World Cup and all of a sudden it's like, here's this new look England. Beckham's in the squad now. Like England are
Michael Owen.
Exactly, Michael Owen, yeah. And Michael Owen scores a worldie against Argentina. And then Sol Campbell scores a perfectly good winning goal and gets disallowed.
Yeah.
Argentina getting the favourable decisions even pre-Messi.
Yeah.
What's new?
What's new?
Well, we're going to talk about more Argentinian decisions in the near future.
Yeah. No, like, obviously the Owen goal, you've mentioned it, unbelievable. But that was also Frank de Boer spreads the ball. Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp. Oh!
There's more. Carry on.
Yeah, it goes. It goes. I can't do the finest piece of commentary. Dutch, but it was amazing.
Yes, a work of art. I think our very first World Cup episode, I put that in the intro. Maybe not. Maybe the second one because we did the squad, didn't we? What a moment!
What a goal!
Big soft spot for that. What a goal! Yeah, I think the where that tournament gets let down a little bit is the final was a bit disappointing.
Still Zidane,
relatively speaking. Still Zidane. But it wasn't Ronaldo, which is what we were all hoping for.
It wasn't R9, but he had a tournament, to be fair to him.
It wasn't close, really. Even I think France got blessed. I think Desai got sent off, didn't he? And even then it was like, they're still going to win.
Yeah. It was pretty... It was a bit of a damp squib in that sense, but I guess France had never won a World Cup at that point either, so there was a romance to it in that sense.
There hadn't really... I would say this is one thing that we hadn't really seen in our lifetime, is a genuinely good final. I mean, like a topsy-turvy final. Until. Yeah. I mean, even like, obviously France-Croatia had a lot of goals, but it was very one-sided. A penalty ruined that game. A stupid handball decision ruined that game. And France were only ever going to win from there. But 2022, say what you want about that World Cup. What a final.
Final was insane. Probably
one of the best matches of football ever.
Yeah, possibly the best, because it's the World Cup final.
I think given the stature, yeah. Certainly the best World Cup final ever, and that kind of qualifies it.
Yeah.
There and then.
At least puts it into the immediate conversation of best ever.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Hattie for Mbappe. Was it Hattie for Messi? Or 2 for Messi?
Two for Messi. Di Maria scored the other.
Yeah. Like, Mbappe scored 4 in that final if you include the shootout and lost.
Yeah. What more can you do for your country, eh?
Yeah. Pulled them back from 2-0 down as well.
You could press once in a while, but that's just my issue with Mbappe.
Scores 4 in a World Cup final, and Jack's looking at the pressing stats.
Yeah, but I'm serious. Like, how good could that Barcelona team have been with Messi and Neymar and Suarez if any of them did any pressing at the front?
No,
just one of them.
It's a fair point. It does make you wonder. I don't know. It's like a counterfactual that I can't really actually assess because no one's ever done the control group. But like, do France win if Mbappe presses? You know, is that the question? Does he score? Does he score 5?
It was that close a game, maybe. I mean, he'd also have to pass as well, which would be maybe a bridge too far for him. But
no, it's a good point. But yeah, an absolutely insane game. Like, what other games come close, really?
In the history of football?
No, I was going to say, like, in terms of ones we've seen and enjoyed, it's quite hard, that. I'm not sure anything does, really. I can think of one game that has made
Istanbul.
The Champions League. I meant in, like, the World Cup. But, like...
Oh, in the World Cup.
I've got one game that's made not the same, but probably a similarly seismic impression on me.
Yeah.
Germany 7.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't as good a game by any stretch of the imagination, but I remember watching it being like, what am I witnessing?
There's only twice in my life that I say twice in my life, like we've both seen our teams lose very heavily in games before, like Arsenal against United that one time, Liverpool against Villa that one time. And you're watching it thinking, what the hell is going on here? But they're just Premier League games. They're not that important. The only times I've seen that happen and both being German teams involved, the only other time was that Bayern Munich versus Barcelona game. It was 8-2, was it? In that weird Champions League when they just had a straight knockout in COVID. And I've never seen a game like Germany-Brazil. Everything you could possibly put context-wise about that game, it was at the Maracanã. It was obviously Brazil hosting the tournament. The expectations upon them.
Semi-final
of the World Cup. Neymar just got injured in the previous round, so there's like this, we'll win it for you kind of attitude. though quite why you do anything for Neymar when he do nothing for you, I don't know. But again, that's just my issue with Neymar.
And then Germany just Germanied.
Germanied, yeah. I don't know any other way of putting it. They are the most ruthlessly efficient bunch of lads, shall we say.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they've turned their mind to football nowadays.
I mean, there's lots of jokes you could make about a certain period of history and how it corresponds to their approach to football, but like they are devoid of emotion. It's like they don't. It's like they don't feel things, and like obviously they do, but like they just act like completely absent compassion. Like most other nations stop at 5. You know, this is a big. This is humiliation. We'll just knock it around at the back now. We'll take the 5-1 win. Germany are just like, I'm going to drive you into the ground so you never forget the psychological damage I've done to you.
And they never recovered, really. I mean, there's arguments that 2006 and 2010, they weren't that great either. I think they were both quarterfinals. But suddenly 2014, they get to a semi. Here's an opportunity. And then that happens. It's no wonder Brazil are a different team now to what they used to be. That is a national tragedy. And this, again, I've said this about Brazil, a country that knows national footballing tragedies. 1950 still resonates hard 76 years later.
Yeah,
crazy.
The keeper saying, that's all I'm remembered for. It wasn't even my fault.
Yeah. God.
Oh man, like that. Yeah, that was almost like a sliding doors moment in like international football. Like it kind of did kill Brazil.
Yeah,
they've never been the same since. Like they went out with a bit of a whimper. Don't get me wrong, Norway, great. Like loving Norway. If England do get past them, it will be with a heavy heart. And if we get knocked out by them, obviously I'll be calling for people's heads, but I will then still root for Norway. Loving Norway.
No.
But it's not. It's like them knocking out Brazil is an aberration.
It is. I mean, even with the best player on the Brazilian team is better. Sorry, the best player on the Norwegian team, maybe even the best 2 players, do happen to be. They would get into the Brazil's team.
Yeah, for sure.
They would make
Both
Brazil a far better team. But the rest of the squad around Brazil should still be able to defend against them and should still be winning that game. The defending for Haaland's first goal, and don't get me wrong, he is very good, but he made that look far too easy for a World Cup last 16 match. And obviously the second goal was great. Nothing you can do about that. But yeah, one good player.
Yeah, the damage has been done to the Brazilian psyche. Will they ever recover?
Don't know. I am very much looking forward to the Norway versus England match. I think it's going to be a cracker. I think Jude Bellingham and Erling Haaland's man love will come to the fore again, which is beautiful. You love to see it.
There's no animosity going into it, which is nice. It's nice to play someone in a game where, like, you want to win, but you wish them well.
I saw an article on the BBC today about England and Norway's football rivalry, and it's basically they beat us once in 1981, and there was some fantastic commentary when they did. The Margaret Thatcher, are you listening? commentary, Princess Diana, your boys took a hell of a beating, or whatever it was. Yeah, anyway, that. And that's like the extent of it. Like, there is no rivalry there. Like, Norway weren't on our plane, really, until a few years ago, and now they're damn good, and they deserve to be. I would say
they're fun.
There's no player in world football who my opinion has grown more about, just like as a human being, than Erling Haaland. I think he is a wonderful person. I hate that he plays for Man City. I hate that the only place he probably leaves City for is Real Madrid. But he is just born entertainer.
He is good.
And a brilliant footballer.
Yeah, and he's an extraordinary footballer. I agree with that completely. Since we're on England, any favourite England moments? Does 2018 really count, considering we didn't play anyone?
You know what? Like, 2018, you've got to take the context. Here's our life as an England fan. Our life as an England fan goes, Euro 96, optimism revisited. What a way to start off being an England football fan. 98, lost on penalties. It happens. Yeah, maybe a bit of a slide. Could have done better. Got screwed over. Sol Campbell should have had that goal. Whatever. Then a couple of quarterfinals around sort of fairly disappointing European Championship campaigns.
Yeah.
Then we didn't qualify. 2008 Euros. Then 2010, we get Germanied. 2012, we're crap in the Euros. Lose on penalties again.
Yeah.
2014, we didn't even get out of the group stage. 2016, we lost to Iceland in the European Championship.
It's true.
This is the context we're going into 2018 in. That period of time, it's the second worst period of time in England's football history after the 1970s when England just didn't qualify for a couple of World Cups in a row. And Then we get to the semi-finals, and no one really cares how we got there.
No.
We didn't really play anyone good.
We didn't play
That
anyone
we won
good.
a penalty shootout against Colombia that we should have closed that game out.
That was amazing.
Although that was good.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. And we should have beaten Croatia. That no one cares that even when it came down to it, we underperformed, albeit Croatia were a good team.
Yeah, although we would have probably lost more heavily to France.
Yeah, we would have got smashed. We would never win that World Cup. And all the way orchestrated by this guy who wasn't supposed to have the job, wearing a waistcoat all the way through, a Marks and Spencer's waistcoat throughout the tournament, and genuinely being a diplomat. I mean, he's a politician, is Gareth Southgate, ultimately, which is sort of what England needed until they needed a tactician, and we never got one. And that's why we never built on that success when it turned out we had a damn good team.
Yeah.
And we reached a couple of finals and didn't take advantage. I mean, yeah, Spain were probably better than us, but Italy sure as hell weren't.
No. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I was being a little bit facetious about whether a 2018 was worth a mention, because of course it was, because we'd never seen England play in a semi-final, you and I. Like,
no.
We didn't know what that looked like. And it was amazing. Genuinely was. And when Trippier scored, for a moment, I allowed myself to think the impossible might actually be possible.
It's a weird one looking back, because I genuinely think if Gareth Southgate had turned around and quit after that World Cup, I think he'd be remembered as being one of the greatest England managers ever. What he did, and yes, you can say, didn't play anyone good, and we lost to Belgium and then got an easier run out of it kind of thing. Didn't beat Belgium in the third place, not that really matters, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. He picked a young squad, or mostly young squad. He didn't go to a safety blanket like Wayne Rooney was left out of the squad.
Yeah.
Or left out of earlier squads and then retired from international football and wasn't available for that World Cup. He didn't go for sort of that safety blanket, the last of the golden generation kind of feeling. Not that, I mean, we have arguments about that golden generation all we want. Didn't really do much. And he built the team around Harry Kane, who was a good player, don't get me wrong. England have had a lot of success on that model, and he sort of naturally brought players through to replace them. It just so happens that 2021 particularly, and to a lesser extent probably 2024, we failed to take advantage of advantageous situations we were in by being too negative and by not having the tactical, or he didn't have the tactical new that I do think Tuchel has, albeit I think I'm interested to see how we do against better teams. England.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it will improve us or go against us.
No, it'll be very interesting to see how Tuchel fares against, say, an Argentina if we do come up against them, or France in a final if we miraculously get there. And also how he might overcome a very stubborn and very good Norwegian side. So, yeah, I agree with that. I just completely agree with you about Southgate. He just stayed too long. He exposed himself. Like, that's the thing that's so frustrating about it. It's just like, the story is retold as if he was like treated unfairly by England, like, or England fans.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, he wasn't. Like, we loved him when he overachieved and when he allowed us to dream in a way that perhaps, like we had become accustomed to not doing for so long. But if you just sort of stay on out of sort of sheer stubbornness because this is so harsh, but like, felt like he stayed out of ego. Like he wanted to be the guy that got England over the line. And I understand the sentiment behind it, but also you have to be sufficiently self-aware, know your own limitations. And I personally view those two finals as flunks.
I think the problem with him was he was a manager, not a coach.
Very good and team
nothing wrong with
cohesiveness. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But he needed. I'm not criticizing Steve Holland or any of the team around them. They all know a lot more
Isn't
about
he the one who
football
fell
than
out
I
of
do.
Ben White? I'll have a go at him.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not saying they don't know football. They do. But if you are a motivator or a vibesman or a kind of guy who's going to bring a team together, be the dad of the team, which is what that team needed, and I'm perfectly happy with that. You need to put someone next to you. You need to spend the money, get someone next to you who is a tactical genius.
Pep Linders.
Pep Linders is exactly what I was thinking about. Literally the man I was thinking about. Get yourself a Pep Linders, and you can be Jurgen Klopp then. You can be a manager. You can hug all your players, and you can be the dad of the team, be your Ted Lasso, and allow this guy stood next to you to be the tactician. That's
It's a good model.
What he should have done.
It's a good model. And it works.
I mean, that literally is what happens in Ted Lasso, actually, come to think of it, because Nate is a tactician. I don't know if you've seen Ted Lasso. It's great. You should watch it.
I've seen not all of it, but I am currently working my way through it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's maybe I'm being really like. I sometimes wonder if I'm too harsh on the Southgate reign. I just think England have waited a very long time to even have a look at a final.
Yeah.
And so to fumble them both the way that they were fumbled, to not learn lessons in the second experience, to me, like, it feels, I don't want to use the word unforgivable because that's such like an overstatement, but like, it's your, and to quote Roy Keane, it's your job. Like,
yeah,
I don't need to apologize to you or like give you a grace period when you're operating at the most extreme elite end of your sport and you don't learn lessons that the rest of us can see. Like, why am I supposed to be like, oh,
I mean, I have two things to say. First of all, we're getting negative.
We are getting
this is going to be a happy episode. Secondly, I would say you can flip a coin with that Spain game. Spain were a better team than us. Spain remain a better team than us. I still have a sneaking suspicion Spain are going to win this World Cup, even over France. I think they are. I hate them. They're boring.
They are boring.
Don't like watching them.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of football I like watching. But my God, are they effective? So, yeah, that's one thing. I think England, the one they bottled was 20. It's unforgivable England didn't win the Euros in 2021. This is an Italy team that hasn't qualified for World Cup since, like, the Dark Ages, pretty much at this point. They missed out on 3 World Cups in a row. It's not necessarily a good Italy team. You're talking, they had some good defenders, but at the twilight of their career, like Chiellini literally was,
Bonucci.
Saka had him on toast and he had to assault him to stop him. And we went 1-0 up super early, which is half the battle against a team like Italy.
Scenario.
Yeah. Suddenly you're playing against a team that, are lacking pace in certain areas of the team, and you just sit deep and you don't take advantage of that. You've got to stretch the game at that point. You've got to be hitting them hard with pace. And England were just playing, basically trying to win 1-0 against Italy, who were clearly good enough to nick themselves a goal. Unforgivable. We could have beaten them 4-0 in that. We could have done like Spain did in 2012 or whenever it was. Done them. Absolutely done them.
I do agree.
So much better than them.
To try and make it more positive though, because you are right. We have a tendency to slip into these vortexes of negativity.
Well, we were talking about England.
To be fair, there's not an awful lot to be positive about. I will always be grateful to Gareth Southgate for that penalty shootout win over Colombia, because England had never won a penalty shootout in a World Cup. And I have to admit, when we did, that feeling alone was like, we're going to win the World Cup because we've won a penalty shootout.
It was
special.
Collective national trauma, man.
Yeah, it was.
Honestly.
Yeah, it was.
Collective national trauma. We were too young to appreciate 1990, but we got the context of it when England beat Spain in a penalty shootout in 1996. Stuart Pearce scoring, going full psycho, screaming to the crowd, having missed in 1990. Then we lost to Germany on penalties. Then we lost to Argentina on penalties. Yeah. Then we lost to Portugal on penalties twice.
Yeah.
Then we lost to Italy on penalties.
Yeah.
These were between the World Cup and the European Championships.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that is it up to 2018. Yeah, because we didn't get through the group in 2016. We lost to Iceland.
Yeah.
God damn it. In 2016.
No.
Love Iceland, but God damn it.
And the catharsis. Eric Dyer won't know the therapy that he delivered.
Oh, Eric Dyer. I mean, he's a former Spurs player. Never that good, really.
No.
Not bad. Never that good. Still love him for that. And like, as an England fan, this is another thing about 2018. Do you remember, obviously we had Roy Hodgson as England manager, who followed on from Fabio Capello as England manager, who followed on from Sven-Göran Eriksson he followed on from Steve McLaren, who followed on from Sven-Göran Eriksson as England manager. Like, the last sort of like actual adventurous, tactically, daring England manager was Glenn Hoddle, who, thought that people were disabled because they were bad in their past life. That was the guy we're judging against. And then, after 2016, do you remember who they hired as manager in 2016? Sam Allardyce.
Oh, yeah. God, I forgot.
This is the context. And like Gareth Southgate, it was a very low bar for him to jump over, but he cleared it by he broke a world record when the bar was set like a metre off the ground.
Yeah.
He jumped unnecessarily high.
And then never reached those heights again.
And like England, and then England suddenly go and reach 2 finals. And I think this is a bit of the problem with Southgate. I don't want to sound negative. But I think we believed we were doing well. And I don't think we were. And it's very hard to say that when you've done, this is the best spell of England's history. We were underachieving because that is how good we were and how good we are.
That is how good we are. We should be making finals now, and like we should be getting over the line in one. Like I'm not greedy enough to think we should be getting over in many. That's often not how international football works. Like
I still think we have this inferiority complex.
Yeah.
I still think we don't believe. I think the Mexico game. Yeah, don't get me wrong. The last 10 minutes, that stoppage time, and Dan Burn being a national treasure or national mountain at this point. Great, great football. That's proper Premier League old school football. We were better than Mexico.
Oh, we were
I know it was at the
much better
Azteca.
than them. I do think that if we hadn't had the red, we probably do win that a lot more comfortably, though.
We're better than Congo.
Much
We were better than everyone in the group stage. The only team that we probably actually showed that against was Croatia, I would say. And we still conceded a couple of sloppy goals, but that's fine. That happens. Don't mind that. As long as you score 4, I don't mind conceding 2. I don't think we realise how good we are. I think Jude Bellingham does. I don't think they're necessarily convincing the rest of the team.
I text you and Sam this literally, I think every single time we watch England play in a major tournament now. Like, I cannot believe he's English. Like, he's so good.
He's just turned 23. It's incredible. He's so talented. He has so much self-confidence, and he's got so much self-confidence and talent that he gets away with having the self-confidence because, let us not forget, he's also black. Yeah. And the English press are racist as hell.
Oh.
And they love the opportunity. With Saka, they've done it. And with Rashford, they've certainly done it with Rashford.
Yeah.
To kick
Sterling.
Get back in Sterling. Yeah. The idea of getting back in your lane and something like, and that sort of attitude, the sort of disgraceful nature of the British press and the British right-wing class. And
they will drag him down if he gives them half a chance, basically.
They do, and they try, and that's all this sort of discourse about, should he even be making the team beforehand?
That
I think is symptomatic of that.
Funny.
But he
the discourse around should Bellingham start. Sorry, are we talking about Job or Jude? Because Jude's like the best player that we've probably ever produced. Like, what are you talking about?
He is so good. He gets compared to Zidane quite rightly. I don't think he quite has the same level of magic, but in terms of like a sort of practicality about him and the runs he makes and the intelligence he has, he is incredible. And couple that with his strength and his versatility, his ability off both feet and his ability to retain possession and make a bit of space for himself. He's so good. And I think he's so good that I think you just look like an idiot if you criticise him. I think people did beforehand, but I think it was long enough since the Euros that they kind of forgot a little bit. And he's far enough away in Spain that they kind of forget a little bit. You just look stupid criticising him now. He's unbelievable.
I saw a really nice clip of a Mexican dude talking about England-Mexico, and he said that, and you know, I have mocked that Mexican home record because I do think that it flatters to deceive. They play in a very weak confederation relative to, say, UEFA or South America, and so they don't really play anybody of any substance very often. But
USA, basically,
yeah, but occasionally they obviously play friendlies, and they have played Brazil and Argentina in that time, and they do win at home, and they hadn't lost at home for, what was it, like 10 years or something. It was a fortress. And anyway, this guy, the point I'm telling, the reason I'm waffling on about this anecdote, this guy was basically saying, and he's like our age, roughly, I think, said that that's the best performance he's ever seen by an away player at the Azteca.
Yeah.
Like, by Bellingham. And like,
yeah,
he was just like, he's ridiculously good. Like, he was very magnanimous about it as well. He's like, I hope England go on and do very well. Good luck, blah, blah, blah. But he was. I think a lot of the Mexican fans were, sorry to interrupt you, but there's a funny thing that a lot of American fans were saying, oh, good luck leaving the stadium, and they're going to like throw piss at you and stuff like that. And then the Mexican fans were all lovely, and it's just like, maybe they just don't like you. Yeah. Maybe you just rename something the Gulf of America, not the Gulf of Mexico. Maybe they just don't like you. Yeah. Like, it's quite nice to be liked. No, it's not. We're not often the recipients of that kind of goodwill. But I guess we never really fell out with the Mexicans. So
no. Oh,
mate,
it's still time.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about, just generally in the World Cup? Any more positivity?
I'm just being in the vein of positivity. I'm going to say one more thing. I about Jude Bellingham. Like, not just is he a brilliant player, he is my kind of player, if that makes sense. Like, there's a certain type of midfielder that I love watching, and I think it is quite an English thing. Steven Gerrard certainly falls under this category. Big, strong, physical, quick, intelligent, can do everything else. And I think England are incredibly blessed. I think he's quite old-fashioned in his approach. I think his breed of what you tend to have more in modern football is you have the uber technical, call them attacking midfielders or deep line playmakers or wherever they are, and then a water carrier sort of like giving them the freedom to, have the freedom to attack more. And I think Bellingham is not unique by any means, but certainly a bit more old-fashioned in that he can do everything. He could be a box-to-box midfielder, he could be a holding midfielder, he could be an attacking midfielder, you could play him out on the wing, you could play him up front, play him absolutely anywhere.
I agree.
He is so good.
He is insane. I think the one thing that gets sort of maybe slightly overlooked, and perhaps it's through that prism, like you say, of people sort of wanting to drag him down and stuff. And again, like you said, he's not unique in this sense, but I do think that thing is slightly underrated, or he's not given enough appreciation for. Is the boy is a patriot. Like he
seems to be.
You can tell how much he wants to win for England. Like he's not there for his ego. Like
no,
and that's
he's a leader.
He's a leader. You can tell that it means a lot to him.
I would almost say he's the leader in this squad. I think England are fortunate to have a lot of good leaders in Declan Rice and Kane and one wrist Henderson.
Yeah, one wrist Henderson. Yeah,
in the squad. I think he is. I think he's going to be England captain. I would probably, as much as I like Declan Rice, and I think he would be a worthy person to take over from Harry Kane when Kane decides he doesn't want to do it anymore. I just look at Bellingham and think, Bellingham's young. He's got years and years to do this. Injuries aside, he looks like the kind of player, and his cap record so far, he could go on to have 170 caps for England with like 80 of them as captain. Maybe not quite 80 because he's nearly there now, but like 50 of them as captain. I could see that.
I agree with you in terms
easily.
of like he will eventually have the armband. I think what I just love about him is like I think there's a sincerity and an authenticity to his love for England and doing well for England and in major championships, and you can see it like at the end of the Mexico game, like the way he slumped to his knees. Like you could see it when Kane scored against Congo, and he like fell to his knees and was just like joyous. Like that's not someone who's acting.
No, and I think he's not. People say he's arrogant. People say his celebration, his swagger, whatever it is. He's not arrogant. He's just self-confident.
Yeah,
he is. I think he's primed for love. I think he loves to love England. He loves to love where he's from, and like him and Morgan Rogers get on so well because they're both from the same place. Even though Rogers is a Villa player and obviously Bellingham's a Birmingham lad, and arch rivals, but they're still mates because they love where they're from and they love the fact they're both in this squad from this one part of this one city in the middle of this big old country. And I think he loves playing with Harry Kane. He clearly loves Erling Haaland. If you look at some of the videos of them together when they're at Dortmund and beyond, I just think he's just a really positive guy who just happens to have a hell of a lot of self-confidence. Why wouldn't he?
And talent.
Did Zidane have self-confidence? Of course he did.
He's the sort of person that this country should be lifting up and empowering.
Oh, for sure.
If we're serious about wanting to win something, then like shower people like that who clearly want to deliver it for you with all the support that they need. Because
I think,
you're cutting your nose to spite your face by having a go at someone like him.
I think every press report on him should refer to him as future England captain from now on, and just be like, "This is going to happen.
Yeah.
This is how much we respect this guy." Don't get me wrong, Harry Kane could become England's greatest ever captain. That's if England win the World Cup, I think he is.
Yeah,
I think his numbers say it is. Even though I love Bobby Moore and Billy Wright and
goals, though, isn't
many
it?
others from the past. Yeah, they got the goals and everything. Harry Kane is not going to be around forever, and who's going to take over from him? Well, it's going to be Declan Rice. It's going to be Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
I don't mind Rice in the short term, but the long term has to be Bellingham.
Long term is going to be Bellingham, and
Bellingham could captain England at the 2038 World Cup. He could captain England at the 2042 World Cup if he stays fit enough.
I know.
It's insane.
For me, he's the shining light. I've waited all my life to see someone as good as him play for England, and so I'm certainly not going to be on any kind of bandwagon that seeks to undermine him. As far as I'm concerned, he's done nothing to merit or justify anyone not having faith in him, not supporting him.
Even before this World Cup and scoring 4 goals in a World Cup and being as good as he has.
Yeah.
If England get past Norway, him and Kane are going to be in the team of the tournament.
Yeah.
And that is no small thing.
No, they're unbelievable, both of them. It's actually quite a nice way to end this episode, really, talking about the positivity and the hope that we have for the remainder of this World Cup, having discussed all the things that we liked about the World Cup generally in the past, and England's, with a little dip in between about England's indifferent efforts.
Yeah, well, you get used to that. At least we ended positively. What we're saying is it got negative and now it's positive again. Just like this episode.
Yeah. Nice. Well, here's to hoping, mate. The dream is alive and kicking.
Yeah.
So
and
we'll see.
if it ends against Norway, couldn't happen against a nicer team.
Yeah.
Or a more talented team or a more impressive team.
Yeah.
I like them.
I would like Norway to make a shock final if they beat us.
Yeah. Beating Switzerland in the semi after Switzerland dump Argentina out.
Yeah,
wouldn't
that be lovely? Right. We'll see if we can get another episode out at some point. But until then...
Yeah, definitely would like to talk about the 1978 World Cup. And just a few World Cups generally where the choice of host nation has been questionable. But I am about to have some quite extreme amount of time taken up in my life from this Saturday.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all good, but it's going to be busy.
Yeah, bit of a life change. So we'll see how consistent we can be, but we shall try.
Yeah, I will see you soon.
Cool. See you in a bit, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us for our World Cup series. Hopefully that episode is a nice antidote to our usual old man moaning and griping. If you enjoyed it, please tell a friend about it. Today's intro, yes, I know I used it before, sue me, included music from Fesleyan Studios. Our theme tune is Oh Yeah by Harmony Productions. You can find us on Instagram and Blue Sky at The Sporting Almanac. Next up, and maybe after the final, we like to wrap up the series talking 1978 and other controversial host nations. Until then, come on England tonight, and we hope everyone enjoys the last few matches no matter what happens. Goodbye.